Tip it forward. You want to grab this wool. All right, I got my hand on the rail here. Ready?
Yep, I'm ready.
3, 2, 1. Oh,
Fucking beans, man. That is a heavy fucking motor.
I'm gonna need every bit of the oil.
Right, let's go that way. There we go. Shit.
Yes.
Good lord.
Definitely.
So what, you machine these out bigger and then put
Put a bronze light bushing.
It's just like sleeving a cylinder. That's
Yeah.
basically what it is.
Because with the Cleveland, I don't know if you can see inside the bushing holes for the lifters, there's the big C channel that the oil flows through. Well, the theory is this is fine because it is not like a Windsor, which is oil goes to the mains first, then goes up to the lifters and cam. It goes from here and then down to the mains. So as the oil flows through this galley and the lifters are going up and down, low RPMs is just fine. But then once you get up to high RPMs, like 6,000 and above, that up and down ka-chunk action of the lifters in these bores really froths up the oil going through this gallery, and it gives frothy oil down to the mains where it really needs it. So if you drill this out bigger, put a bushing in with a tiny little feed hole, the oil kind of goes around the bushing more stable, and it's not affected by that up and down chop action of the ring in the lifter.
Yeah.
And it stabilizes the oil pressure and helps it get to the mains easier. Plus it only feeds that little bit to each lifter, which is kind of like meters it more.
And this block has the oiling mods already done to it on the bottom side.
On the mains,
On the mains. Right. Which are basically like restrictors, right?
Yes, this restrictor is going up to the cam to keep more oil down in the mains.
Where it needs it.
So why don't you spin it over, flip it over.
So it's a Windsor style crank, right?
Because it doesn't have the thingy on the end for the Cleveland's oil seal. So it'll have Cleveland cranks that have an extra little bit going around here that this one doesn't have. So it's a Windsor crank with Cleveland mains. So it's a 275 bearings like your racing block has.
Yeah.
Oh, and it is notched. The bottom of the skirts are notched.
Yeah, because it's an 9.2 deck. So even though this would fit without any modifications in a 9.5 deck Windsor, you need to notch it a little bit.
And you can see how much Lyle cut off the...
oh, you have to balance it?
Yep. Because he put heavy metal here, cut some of the counterweight. You can see that one had a big chunk of heavy metal put in it. Down here. There's a big slug.
Oh, yeah. Well, if it needed it, it needed it.
Rest his soul.
But it's just difficult to you can just grind it like a cast crank. So that's why there's these machined flats in there to do what it needed to do to get it to balance.
Yeah, I mean it doesn't look pretty, but when the oil pan's on it, it doesn't matter.
So, a lot of this is pretty old. I'll wipe this up.
Yeah, well, I mean, we assembled it in what, 2014?
Yeah.
So 9 years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's just been sitting after, because I got divorced right after that. So.
The things you got to do to try and beat me, John. Hey, you pulled this old anchor out of.
Had I known this was going to be the case, I would have pulled this thing from under there a long time ago. That's what would have gone in here to begin with when this one was cracked.
Yeah, but it's just how to get parts for this thing over here.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
But I mean, we're making it happen this winter.
Yeah.
Because this summer you're getting your ass spanked.
So you can see, the main caps are much beefier than a standard 302, even a regular Windsor.
It's almost like a 385 series, as how much meat is there.
There's meat here in the block. Even the boss is here for a bolt if you drilled it and tapped it. So you could have 4-bolt main caps on this block.
Yeah.
If you wanted, if you just had the cap.
I was going to say, because it's the same casting. It's just they've done it from the factory and drilled it out where that little lump is.
You're always bolts or lugs short, aren't you? I mean, I got 4-bolt. You got 2-bolt. You got 4 lug, I got 5 lug.
But you know what? I do it with a lot less. How about that? That's why. I'm efficient. No, I'm not. I'm not efficient.
Yeah, I'll put a new one of these on here. It's buggered up.
It's just money. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, it's $10.
I mean, with as much as I already paid for the heads and everything, holy cow.
10 of your bucks.
That is true.
Oh, you just don't not spend anything and run it like that if you want to.
Let's put it this way. The heads cost almost twice, the heads and intake and rockers cost about twice as much as the rotating assembly in this thing. That's how expensive they are. And this was not a cheap short block.
No.
I was definitely on a budget when we built this one.
So guys, here we are. It's Thursday night this time. It's not
Thursday.
We couldn't make it yesterday, but we're helping John fish his. This is a 406 cubic inch Cleveland stroker block. So it has an eagle crank,
and rods,
eagle rods, Ross pistons.
Yep.
If you want to flip it over, we'll show them what the compression is.
I can't remember off the top of my head. Was it 36
32?
or something like that? 32. It was 32.
That's what we got to check on mine as well.
I built this engine many years ago in the States, and
John
with the way life
with it.
happens,
I did.
he still got it. He didn't sell it.
Oh.
But we're making use of it now. But these are the heavy dish pistons with the big Cleveland valve relief we're going to need because he wants to run some type of unnatural aspiration here.
Unnatural. Unnatural with a lot of RPM and boost.
But it's ready for a top end and cam and valve train. And a lot of the custom parts you need to fix it or fit into a Fox body. So, but
it's
this
probably
is
the only Fox body that's going to be over here with a Cleveland.
Oh my god.
I've never personally seen one. Even of all the magazines and all the other stuff.
Yeah, I don't think I've seen one in person. But I mean, I know they're out there. They're on YouTube and everything. But
And there's guys with Clevor blocks, Windsor blocks with Cleveland heads, but this is going to be a true Cleveland motor.
So let the haters hate, but it's got thin casting, blah, blah, blah.
Those things still gonna run.
This thing will rip.
So it's only 20 over. That's why it is only a 406 instead of 408.
Yep, it was only, the engine only had 77,000 original miles on it when it came out of, what was it, a Torino?
Yeah.
It came out of? A 70 or
70 Torino.
Yeah. But it only had 77,000 miles on it.
I mean, this has had a lot of machine work. It's been square decked. He even did the top of the block when he did the square deck. And it's been line bore honed. Just so it's got, fresh, nice mating surfaces for the crank to turn in. Board with torque plates, everything you want. This short block is ready to be built. So that's what we're moving forward with now. But just getting it on stand, re-verifying see the pistons.
Because it's only been 9 years.
Yeah, just making sure.
I had to bust out the piston sheet, the spec sheet, to get the numbers because it's been so long.
To remember what we got before we go further and order a lot of parts
More money,
that are going to be wrong. So
this is going to be a stupid amount of money I put into this.
But this may end up coming back apart to put some lifter bore bushings in here.
The joys of having more money than you need.
I wouldn't say have more money than I need.
You
never have enough money.
I'm old school running on a budget.
Well, we'd have somebody else build this if we had more money than we need.
Yeah, I was going to say this would be done.
That'd take the fun out.
Yeah, but I wouldn't go like this as I'm driving down the track.
What's next?
Well,
Get some of this stuff out of the way here.
yeah, get this area because I've got to move this pallet in here too. That Patty ordered some stuff for me to get that in there out of the weather before it rains.
Oh, gosh, this.
We can put that right here.
Bend your knees, John. Bend your knees.
I was just trying to get my feet out of the way. Shit! My back. Oh, yeah.
Are these bungee cords the only thing hold it down?
Fuck, I have no idea. Sure as hell looks like it.
Take them on.
Whatever.
Yeah.
Oh, it comes with one there. Well, look at that. That's an aftermarket block, Pete. Who's gonna get his ass spanked now? You know how long we've been keeping this for you?
What?
It's a Man of War block.
Do you know what? I used to have this with Jeff Manny. Jeff Manny was always in front of me because he got more money than me. Now John comes along, I spank him, and then he goes and spends loads of money.
This had absolutely nothing to do with you on this one. This
Really?
This one was, you saw it, and we were talking about doing this anyway, and how much money I was spending on heads, and he goes, well, what I think you should do is buy this Man of War block from this dude up in, where is he? Not Manchester. He was
Scotland.
Yeah, he was just on that border of Scotland, and so it's basically this is more like a cleaver. So
the story on this one was he bought it from Summit because he needed a Cleveland block because this one's Cleveland mains.
Yep.
So 9.2 deck block, and so he got it in and realized what it was, and it wasn't going to work for him because it's a Windsor-based block with 9.2 deck and Cleveland mains.
Right, so mine's 9.5 deck.
Yes.
With Cleveland mains.
Mm-hmm. So in theory, that stroker kit
Should
will go right in here.
we do have to have the cylinders machined though, because those are 20 over, and this is a 4-inch bore.
So standard.
Yes, yeah. So we have to get it cut for that.
So, but the lifters are already done.
Yep.
The mains should already be done. Realistically, get it bored and honed, swap everything right in.
I mean,
wow.
Look how much meat is there compared to this one. And plus these have the additional bolt holes, so if you want to use the 5 bolts per, but we won't.
But you're never going to need that.
And the Higgins don't.
How thick these China
are.
Yeah,
the China wall's huge.
I mean,
it is ridiculously big.
But this is 4 bolts on all 5.
All I gotta say is
he gotta beat me on something.
the dude that I got it from, super nice guy, and he was willing to work with me on a bunch of this that we were talking, and you can't beat it for the price because he took it in the shorts on the money because he had it shipped over and everything, so he had to pay for all that, and whereas I didn't have to, I just basically paid cost for it, and I paid him a little bit extra for the shipping because otherwise Mike and I were gonna have to drive up there and get it.
Like a day to get it there.
Yeah, a day easy. But it's like hybrid Windsor, Cleveland. So we have the distributor and everything is Windsor style.
So he can get a Windsor pan. He can get a Windsor, we'll still have to get a Cleveland intake, but he can get Windsor timing. All his fancy water pump, it will still work on this one.
That'll go on here.
Yep.
And I have a Windsor timing chain already that's for the...
So is it... I don't understand. So is it wider then?
No.
No? But it needs a clear... Oh, so you're putting the Cleveland heads on there? Mm-hmm. An intake that you was on about buying anyway?
Yeah, the Higgins...
They'll go on this?
Yep. Everything I ordered is, other than what you heard, is not going on that. It's just going on this. So everything is built for this. I mean, it would have worked on that one, but because this deal came along.
Even that block has probably a 700 to 800 horsepower limit-ish on it. This thing is 2,000 horsepower limit.
It's not going to be a problem.
I don't even... What's the Ford Motorsport one? That was...
Probably like 14, something like that. Isn't it the old Motorsport one's like 1,400?
I don't know the limit, but I mean, it's got...
I mean, I know guys...
You're not going to hit it.
No, I mean, yours is like a mid-80s one.
If I sell the children, I might.
Yeah.
Well, get to work. You don't need them anymore.
Yeah, guys. I would say that this is the only Cleveland deck Man of War block in the country, in the UK. So it's even got the drills for the spider like you would use it, but
for the rollers. And it's certainly going to be the only Cleveland in a Fox body here.
That is there.
Yep. But that part, the cylinder head won't even. It'll just kind of overlap on that bolt hole.
Yeah.
Well, even the top ones, it's meant to have 6 around each cylinder.
Yeah.
But you have to use the world heads. They're the only one of the only ones that have all those bolt holes. But if you're making Cletus, levels of boost through it, and you don't want to.
No, I'm not blowing up my motor every freaking video, so I'm good.
No, that's one thing we don't want to do, John.
No, well, I know that if we were going to add any more power to that, then we would be on borrowed time.
Well, that's why we're all doing what we're doing, really, isn't
it? So, may as well buy once, cry once, and just be done with it.
Yeah.
So, the block certainly won't be the limit anymore, but everything from about the block back will be the limit. Probably gonna roast a few parts this summer.
So did you make a decision on a cage yet, or?
I think I'm gonna do the 8-point Z. Oh God, what the hell?
Team Z one.
Team Z one. Yeah, it's an 8, so it is the full one, but we can just put the 6 in for now. And go from there, or if we're feeling froggy, then just good.
I figured we're gonna be well.
Might as well do the whole thing and tie the whole car together.
So I would say wait another week until the sales kick off, because Team Z always has sales on like Cyber, Monday or Black Friday sales, things like that. So
yeah, I'll do the cage, and I'll get a drive shaft loop at the same time as well.
That's something I should at least do at a minimum.
I need to get a new supercharger now.
It's only money.
£10 a boost ain't gonna be enough.
Sell the kids.
I'll need £30 a boost, John.
I am not putting 30 pounds in this one.
But take it.
It will. Nothing else will. I won't have a fuel system that'll be able to do it. Not yet.
You just need to get in here and send it, John.
Not after this. No. Yeah,
so that nitrous kit that I've got, that I've always said he needs, I may have to put it underneath my...
In this case, you're going to need it.
So you need another engine stand now.
Yeah.
Oh, mate, yeah.
I thought I was going to drop it there and Mike was going to move it just because it was in the way.
I'm trying to see. Is the part number on the box?
It would be on the top, right over there. If it's on it.
So let's London Heathrow, airline, clear customs. I don't know which one this is. What are you talking about, John?
Yeah, this motor was absolutely had nothing to do with being heat. This just had to do with longevity and building it right.
087152. 087 152. Bore size is just under standard, so 3.995, so that's 4-inch bore. And main size is Cleveland, 2.75, 9.2 deck height, and this is the spare block. So you're gonna.
It's gonna be a sad day when 9.2 deck and 4 bolt wheels.
Yeah. This is some parts that you're gonna have to get, just different cam bearings and different.
But we're gonna have to find a decent
different cam bearings, because it's got a Cleveland cam in it, or?
Well, I think it's just you could run like big honking roller cam bearings in here if you want to, and this thing has options for all the high-end stuff.
Right.
But I think it's specific cam bearings. It says here's the part number right here. So installing, make sure, blah 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 blah. Yeah. So.
I'm an expert at installing cam bearings now.
Yeah, I saw the video.
I've done it once.
I've only done it once, and I think it was on that one.
But there is a lot of like core plugs and things like that.
Yep.
That there's a kit that you can buy that, because these is different than even the standard block stuff. So. But there's like different weird things, like you can get oil like out of this hole if you wanted to, because this is the oil passage hole. There's an oil passage hole here, just because it has such.
There's just so much more to it.
Let's see if we can pull it up. I just want to look underneath.
I need to keep the box there. So there we go. All right.
Is it stable?
Stable enough. And there's some surface flash rust on the caps and everything. But
oh, look at those.
Those are some beefy billet caps.
Shit. They make my Ford Motorsport ones look like they're 2-bolt.
Well, I wasn't going to say it.
Yeah, it's been sitting a little while. How long has he had it?
I don't know. I didn't ask him. But, I mean, that's all stuff that'll clean up.
But look at all the strengthening ribs. Like everywhere.
It's ridiculous.
It's mental, isn't it? Look at that.
It's even already pre-clearanced.
Oh, notched in the bottom?
Yeah.
Oh, holy cow, that's a lot. It's cut out. That is awesome.
Yeah, look.
Alright,
That's made from swinging some serious cubic inches.
Where is the... Okay, just making sure it isn't like some kind of dry sump block or anything like that. It's set up for wet sump.
Well, then that would have just been like, all right, well, we'll get an oil pump.
Oh, jeez. Yeah, we have to clean this up a bit. There's just a little flash rust. I can't even feel it, but it's just,
the only time I could feel it was on the caps. But
yeah.
Yeah.
He's had this a while. This isn't super fresh. So, we'll clean it up.
Yeah. As long as it's just flash rust, it's not a big deal.
To all these oil here you can get.
Yeah.
Man, this is impressive. Yeah, it's gonna need like the dowels and things like that that are missing. Core plugs back here. You could we can measure how thick the cylinder bores are.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's got a lot of meat in it. Wow.
Hey guys, this is what when regular Joes can finally start affording.
Regular Joes. I'm not in that.
Well, you're a regular Pete. I'm a regular John.
You start getting some impressive speed parts that you could never afford in the past, because hopefully we'll document our builds quite well. Because there's one thing you can't find anywhere on a lot of these other YouTube channels is where guys get high-end parts and they show you the build process. It's like usually engines go away and they come back in cars and they drive them and blow them up and rinse and repeat, but they never show you how they get built or how they build them.
And we're definitely taking the time on this one to do it right.
Yeah.
Because
with higher end parts, not just like budget rebuilds or we're going to rebuild a car in a day. And do you see that? It really disappointed me. It was one of the other YouTube channels. Let me turn this light out. Where he wanted to redo his 302. I'm not even going to name his name because it's just disappointing. And he was going to do a stroker on it, a cheap stroker kit. But another YouTube channel guy talked him out of it because he said you lose your viewers if you go high end and put a stroker kit in the 302. So he did a cheap re-ring and re-bearing, and then that's how he slabbed it back together. I was so disappointed to hear him say that. Only doing that just so you get the clicks and the views.
I don't think I've seen that one, because otherwise I would have been.
I've seen it. I haven't watched it.
Oh yeah?
It popped up on my YouTube.
Yeah.
I have a feeling I know who it is.
Uh-huh.
Based
He's
on,
one of the few that I watch.
Yeah.
But I
definitely know who it is.
But it just disappointed me that he did that.
Yeah.
He's like, don't. It's like I do this for me, and I do this to help my friends. You know, we do this stuff together, and I would never tell them not to do something if they really wanted to do it, just for views.
Yeah. It can only be
now it's a business.
He wouldn't do that, would he? But he'd spend on money.
Yeah, John, you need to spend this, so I got good content.
Yeah. Mike's really good at spending our money to make videos.
So, you don't want to go fast or anything like that.
No.
You want to get a Toyota.
Well,
Jay-Z.
John don't go fast anyway.
No, I'm too afraid.
Are you in the 10s yet? You're gonna miss the 10s.
I'm gonna go bypass
the 10s.
Shoot right past them.
Mate, I'll tell you what, I'll buy you a rum and coke. You missed the 10s completely.
That would be pretty epic. I don't intend to do that because I don't think we're gonna be throwing that much power at it, but because I won't be able to launch.
Yeah, well,
these parts.
It'll be a.
You're gonna need to miss the 10s if you want to beat me.
I'm not worried about beating you. I'm worried about looking better. I just want to look better. Yeah. That's all.
Rather look good and lose than look bad and win.
It's about style points.
You ugly.
Stop it. My mom used to say that.
So, all right, guys, this is all we got for this evening. So thank you for sticking around to the end. I really appreciate you.
Yes, thanks. Leaving me out the loop. And,
so we can beat Pete's ass.
Shall I just drop this then?
It's not going to hurt it.
Just dent the floor.
I was going to say it's not going to hurt it. It'll hurt you. It's not going to hurt it.
We'll see you guys again soon.
See ya.